Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cork It Podcast. My name is Kyle, and I'm joined here by our other co-hosts here.
JJ.
Nico.
Dominic Contini.
And we've got an exciting episode in store for you guys, one that we actually prepared for. So
Good job, guys. There we go.
Very proud
Let's
of
get it
ourselves.
started, baby.
Preparation.
All right, first of all, we want to talk about, around the league, we want to mention that Bill Russell passed this weekend. He died at 88 years old. They said he died peacefully in his home with his family, which is it's heartbreaking for the NBA community, but it's also,
Nice
it was
peaceful.
nice that it was peaceful with his family. So first of all, rest in peace to a legend, Bill
On
Russell.
and off the court.
On and off the court for sure. I think it was. I mean, it's kind of too bad that you have to wait until a player passes for you to really give him his flowers and really recognize all the stuff that he did and celebrate it. But he did so much off the court that I don't think a lot of people realized until he passed, because now the media is bringing it up so much.
But in the sports world, like for us, I would say we knew most about what he did on the court. But most people who didn't really pay attention to that kind of stuff did not know. And like you said, it really is unfortunate. But I'm glad we were able to give him his flowers now. So
I agree with that. I do think the tough thing that we see now is a lot of people trying to give him his flowers, and there's still people out there like, well, why would you wait until he's dead to say how good he is now? And it's like, no, it's just giving your respect to someone who just passed.
Celebration of life.
Celebration of life for a player who did so much for the game. One of the winningest player in, I think, sports history, I'm pretty sure, with the most national championships outside of Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, probably.
But he's a generational talent,
And
it's a legend for sure. So let's go dive into some more around the league. To pivot from that, let's talk about some NFL stuff. Deebo Samuel got his extension, which, very interesting. I saw someone on Twitter say they were like, Deebo Samuel held out just for that Gary Trent Jr. contract.
Yeah, it's really nuts to see how much higher the NBA contracts are than the NFL.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. It's something that I will never wrap my head around. It's just how much more money. Or it's also less players on the
it's different kind
that's mainly it.
Different sports.
It's mainly just less players.
Yeah. Not really, though.
I mean,
because a basketball player has way more duties on the floor than it. All the wide receiver has to do is run his route, and that's it.
catch the ball.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
not saying football is easy. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I was just saying, from a financial standpoint, say two franchises are both making $100 billion. One's NFL, one's NBA. With everything being split up, once it gets to how much you can pay each player, in the NBA, there's less players to split that up between.
Okay, yeah, I see your point, but
I agree with that. They do make similar money, but in the NBA, you got to split between 12 players. In the NFL, it's 60. So I agree with that. But it is kind of crazy, the amount of money that the NBA players make compared to the NFL players. It's kind of nuts. And then I have another NFL topic, but we'll save that to the end for some discussion. MLB trade deadline, I believe, ends tomorrow. Soto is still on the table. He has not been moved yet, he's the biggest name on the trade deadline block. The other biggest name was Shohei Ohtani, but they announced today that the Angels are not trading him, have no plans to trade him, which I think makes sense. I mean, this dude is the best NBA comparison I can give is Giannis, right? He's just an absolute animal on the field, and he's slowly becoming one of the best players in the MLB, and he's getting his flowers. So for me to see him on the trade deadline block was crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy. I mean, that package must have been huge to get him back. So I'm glad to see him staying in Los Angeles, although they do need to make some moves. Reds dealt Castillo to the Mariners. All-star pitcher headed over to the Mariners. Josh Hader went to the Padres today from the Brewers. So two all-star pitchers both getting moved before the deadline. Let's flip in, and I mean more trades keep coming and coming. I'm not going to go through them all, but that's
the rumor is Hader could be used in a trade for Soto tomorrow from San Diego.
That would be interesting to see. I mean, I'll be interested to see wherever Soto goes, because he's not.
I think San Diego is the last spot that he could potentially go. But
I know, but that's the other thing when we're talking about money. Baseball money's crazy because you might not be making for example, you won't be making the same yearly as like NBA players, but you're making it for longer, right? So you'll be making, instead of making like right now, Steph making like 50 a year,
something like
50 million a year. In the MLB, you might make 30 million a year, but you're making it for 13 years. Like that's crazy. Like way past your prime, and you're still getting paid 30 million a year. Yeah. That's nuts.
Your prime can also last longer in baseball.
That's true. Let's flip to some soccer. England won the women's Euros.
They indeed did. Beat Germany 2-1, I think.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
The second goal was nuts.
Yeah, it was. I watched the highlights today because I was prepping for this.
I still can't wrap my head around how that happened or like why she even would like think to try that. But it worked and they won.
Yeah, so England wins the women's Euros. That's our little soccer before the World Cup in the fall, where I'm sure JJ will have lots to talk about on.
Definitely.
How's your touch? So
check it out.
We'll have some more of that. And then let's go to basketball real quick. So recently you've seen a lot of pros, NBA stars playing and participating in Pro-Am leagues like the Drew League and Crossover. We saw Trae Young and DeJounte Murray team up for the first time in that, and I believe it was the Drew League, right?
Or
is it the Crossover?
It was Jamal Crawford.
It was Crossover. So they teamed up for the first time in the Crossover. And then we saw Paolo and Chet team up where they combined for 84 points, Paolo with a 50-piece, and then Chet had something like 34, 13, and 8 or something like that.
Paolo also signed with Jordan.
Yeah, I did see that today. So that stuff's going on, which I really like to see. I think that's like a lot of fun for the fans.
Yeah.
And especially to like go back to like, places they have ties at. I mean, Paolo's from that area, Seattle, and Chet went up and played basketball there at Gonzaga up in that Washington area. So it's cool to see them go back to the little ties back. And I mean, DeJounte Murray, went and played at Washington. And then this is my favorite thing is the 76ers and Knicks are both dealing with tampering allegations. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson, and the 76ers are being investigated for tampering for PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker is a great player.
He's a good player. I mean, no disrespect to PJ Tucker.
Thank you.
But
he's got shoes.
Tampering allegations for him.
I'm sorry. He's a very good defender, JJ.
Listen, no hate to PJ Tucker.
He's just physical. That's it.
No hate to PJ Tucker. But he's a player you can wait.
I want to go through tampering
he's a player you can wait to talk to him.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, him in Miami. I mean, if PJ Tucker's still in Milwaukee this year, Milwaukee's in the finals.
Yeah. No, because they still need Chris Middleton back.
Okay, a healthy Milwaukee team with PJ Tucker.
A healthy Milwaukee team without PJ Tucker's going to the finals.
Really?
Yes.
A healthy Milwaukee team versus a healthy Boston team. You're taking Milwaukee every time?
In a best-of-7 series, I'm taking him at least 4 times.
Yeah. No, like every time
PJ
in a
Tucker's
series.
not that much of a difference maker.
Right.
I mean, I do think he's a difference maker. I will say he's a difference maker.
Not big enough that Milwaukee wouldn't make the finals if he wasn't on the team. Like, Milwaukee would still make the finals.
This is correct.
Milwaukee was missing a defender. That's all I'm saying.
They were missing a scorer named Chris Middleton.
Here's the thing, though. Is you saw that series, the way it played out. It went to 7 games.
Yeah.
With the Celtics.
They just needed a scorer.
If you throw in a 20-point-per-game scorer, good 3-point shooter, how are they not going to win?
Okay, but PJ Tucker is whatever.
He's good.
He was a vital piece to that Bucks championship team.
Oh, no, he definitely was. I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player.
I just don't think he's worth tampering.
I just don't think he's worth tampering over. That's all I was saying.
I
don't think Jalen Brunson is worth tampering over.
I'm actually.
Well, that was more just to get money.
Yeah, but that was also
all
dumb.
around.
The whole situation was dumb.
Wait, did Donovan Mitchell talk over?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything on that, but I did hear that the Knicks are trying to get a 3-teamer going.
I know, because I was just thinking about it the other day. Brunson and Mitchell would be interesting in New York.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be. I mean,
it'd be a good duo.
Brunson needs to be a number 2. He's not going to be number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, if RJ Barrett's number 2 and Brunson's number 1, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Nope.
And then let's go to the biggest piece of news, I think, right now. Deshaun Watson got his 6-game suspension this morning.
Ridiculous.
Today's Monday.
It's so stupid.
Ridiculous.
So
the NFL is so stupid.
NFL is so dumb.
So
many ways.
Dumb.
This was getting guarded by PJ.
It's also Kevin Durant. That's a different stuff.
Real quick,
All right, dude.
6-game suspension for Deshaun Watson for his 24 essay allegations. So real quick, I like read a lot into this like over my break at lunch, and basically the league wanted an indefinite suspension with a year minimum. They argued that. Watson's legal team argued for no suspension. The judge settled with 6 games. The judge, Sue L. Robinson, she was like a former judge, and now she's the NFL's like whatever it is, like I'm trying to think of a word, disciplinary, you know, she's in charge of disciplinary and giving out that stuff. I think the biggest thing that I have to say this is this decision is final in a sense that the NFL can choose to appeal it, but then the NFL Players Association can sue the NFL for it. So basically, like, if the NFL wants to go through all that legal stuff in order to suspend him for longer, they can, but they probably won't. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But basically, what I'm saying is, like, this might not be over, is all I'm saying.
I just think it's so ridiculous how the NFL's punishments are so messed up, with Calvin Ridley getting suspended a whole year for putting on money on a parlay, and then going back to, like, it was same sexual stuff.
It wasn't even like a parlay he was in, right? He wasn't betting on himself.
No, he wasn't betting on himself or the Falcons.
Yeah.
And he still got suspended a year. When Ben Roethlisberger was the sexual assault case, it was 1 woman, and that was 6 games. Deshaun Watson's like 27, it's only 6 games. And then the stuff with weed in the NFL, getting suspended more games than 6 for even like multiple seasons,
years.
Like Josh Gordon, just for smoking weed, which is not a performance enhancement drug.
Vontaze Burfict got a 12-game suspension for targeting.
Yeah. And then you're going to give Deshaun Watson, who sexually assaulted 27 women, only 6 games.
Yeah.
It's like
ridiculous.
The NFL needs to fix their disciplinary actions.
And the other thing that, like, a lot of what I was reading in this process is that most of the...
Ray Rice got suspended for 2.
Yeah. I mean, what I was reading into most of this stuff was that basically the NFL, like, you can think about it 2 ways. He technically settled in court civilly with a lot of these. So there wasn't any legal action, like, from the U.S. government towards him. They're like, he wasn't getting arrested or charged or anything like that.
Wasn't that because the girls were just asking for money, though?
Yeah, he settled for, like, majority of them in court. But the NFL has the NFL's policy on, basically the NFL just doesn't want to look bad. And, like, that's what all of this is.
They're looking bad by not giving him a good
Exactly. But I'm saying the reason that they're punishing him is not that he, like, did something. I mean, like, he did something illegal, but he settled. But it's that they themselves feel like they need to, you know, it's basically the NFL's policy on how they look, which is what he broke was the NFL's, you know, player policy, which was
because even if you're convicted or not convicted, they still have the ability to suspend you for, like, basically just, like, having that
suspicion.
Yeah, floating around your name and having the NFL's name.
Right. So, I mean, the NFL chose 6 games. And what I read, I might have read this incorrectly, but from what I read, it said that the judge made the decision on 6 games and didn't give him the year that the NFL wanted because I think I read this.
She only used a certain amount of the cases.
Yeah. So she did only use a certain amount of cases, but also that the NFL has never, you know, like, suspended people that long or given out that severe punishments for SA in the past, that they didn't want to start because it wasn't fair to Deshaun Watson to give him a harsher punishment. Like, we're becoming like we're realizing now, like, as time goes on. It's
2022, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. We're realizing that this is a much bigger issue that we're facing, and it should be more severely punished because it keeps, you know, finding ways to, you know, surface.
That judge saying she doesn't want to start with Deshaun Watson, like, it's not like, I'm not going to say NFL players are going to do this, but it makes like, oh, I can get away with sexual assault because I know the judge isn't going to start with me with big punishments.
The crazy thing is that the judge, like, said herself that she gave the 6th game because of how many cases there were. Like, she was like, yeah, there's 6, which is a lot because there's a lot of cases. Because in the past, I mean, what have they been doing? 2 games, 1 game? Like, I mean, Big Ben was a totally different situation, but, like, she's basically saying, like, we did give him a lot of games because this is a lot of games for SA. And it's also just, like, really, really disheartening in a sense to see that that mindset, I guess, that like, well, in the past we've done it this way, so we can't. It's not fair to Deshaun Watson to all of a sudden blindside him with a really bad suspension because he wouldn't have done it if he knew he would have gotten suspended for longer.
Yeah,
like that's really
ridiculous.
dumb. That's really dumb, and I think that's just horrible, and I don't like that at all. But that's basically. From what I read was what some of her reasoning was, which is like horrible reasoning, if anything. Like if you want to say, okay, well they were settled in, they like all the women settled in civil courts. We're only looking at certain cases, XYZ, like his character off the field has been better. Like if you want to make that the reasoning, that's like. I mean, I still disagree with the 6 games, but if you had better reasoning, then I don't think you'd get as much flack as the reasoning right now, which is apparently, well, people in the past haven't gotten this bad of suspension, so we can't start with him by giving him a bad suspension. I think that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you want to say my reasoning is because this isn't legal, like he's not going to jail for it, then it's like
right. Or the reasoning is like, well, it's alleged and he settled in courts and all this stuff.
It's one thing if it's like 2 women or something. It's still bad, but it's like 2 women are like like allegedly saying this, but it's 27.
Like 2 women allegedly saying it.
It's like okay.
I mean, it's still bad, and you still gotta do due diligence
but
for that. But 27,
it's hard to say. Oh, it was just allegations.
Yeah, it's hard to say it was just allegations. He might be innocent when 27 come forward. Yeah. Like there's really no doubt.
Because honestly, with how messed up the world is, if it's just 1 or 2 women, they could just be trying to chase it back.
I mean, that is true. I mean, you do see that though.
20 plus women.
You see a lot of allegations come forward of people that are like lying about it, which is also bad because, I mean, in the system we're in today, and like where it's like believe the victim. Anytime you lie, like you're hurting the actual people that go through that stuff, because then stuff like this happens where we like bring in suspicion, like, well, is she really telling the truth? Like you want to be able to believe them, so people lying about it happens.
It happens more often with athletes who have the money to give him.
The other thing that I saw was like when like on some of the more like less known talk shows, like or at least not less known, but just like less mainstream, like the Pat McAfee show and like stuff like that. There's a couple others. Anyways, you like players were like getting asked, like former players, like, so like what do you think about this? And like a lot of them, I remember one specifically talking about how like he had maybe 2 massage therapists his whole career, just because like when you find one that like
it's the same thing with a barber,
right? Like that knows like where you usually hurt or like what muscle is cramping most likely and stuff like that.
Knows you,
right? So like it was weird that he would like
at 27.
Yeah, that he was moving around so much.
And I heard something on the radio, and it's like, Deshaun Watson is obviously the main person at fault. But what about the Texans organization? Because the Texans organization
they covered it up,
paying for the hotels, sending the girls to like his hotel room. Like they were paying for everything, and like you just said, they covered it up. Like they weren't saying anything. So I feel like the NFL, again, they got to get better with punishments. Should fine or they can't suspend a whole organization, but fine the Texans a lot of money because they were the ones paying for these rooms and paying for these massage therapists to go to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Well,
and I mean, we just went through this recently with Robert Kraft. Like, it's not like the NFL is suddenly blindsided by this whole idea behind, organizations dealing with shady stuff with massage therapists. Like, they just dealt with this like 2 years ago with Robert Kraft. Yeah. And so how are we supposed to like look at this and be like, well, to be fair, they didn't, like, you guys just dealt with this. Like, why is this now like becoming a problem to deal with?
Dude, when Deshaun starts playing, it's like I don't think he'll ever like not be like followed around by people. Like,
I mean, Big Ben still got followed around by that stuff.
Right. And not even just like followed around like it gets brought up with his name, but I mean like people in the stands.
Yeah, I mean
like
multiple
Cleveland
Brown season ticket holders are saying they're never going to go to a Browns game again because
I think it's
the Browns
like
lost a lot of fans.
The Browns, I feel like the Browns did the worst thing they could have as an organization in bringing this in. First of all, I mean,
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback.
The guaranteed money.
What happened?
The guaranteed money was
the guaranteed
dumb.
money with everything still being up in the air made it dumb.
Sending him that contract while everything is up in the air,
yes, but that's it. That's it. There's he's
be
this
like
kind of player.
The trade, you could be like, well, the trade for like giving up Baker, who's a good like like, oh, he's a nice guy, like, type of deal for this guy. Like, I mean, that's still pretty bad. But, like, granted, okay, you knew the quarterback you were giving up. You knew the quarterback you were getting. But also the guaranteed money was dumb. I felt like that was really dumb. And then this is just, like, something I find interesting. For the Browns to be finally ready to push, right, to be competitive. And to make a move like this when – and this is to say, like you said, like a lot of Browns season ticket holders are like, I'm never going to another Browns game again.
I wouldn't say a lot, but multiple.
Okay, some season ticket holders. The casual football fan, the casual Browns fan, how easy is it for them to go look and go, well, you know what team just made the Super Bowl and has one of the most likable young quarterbacks in the league and is still in my home state? Like, what do you think the migration is going to be for casual Browns fans to go look across the state and be like, you know, these Bengals look kind of good. I mean, I'm not a huge Browns fan.
I think you're stretching it a little bit.
I don't think I am.
I see what you're saying.
I know a couple people
I don't think I am.
After that Deshaun Watson trade, they were like, okay, like, I'm a Bengals fan. I can't root for Deshaun Watson.
My parents, I mean, granted, we're Packers fans first, but, like, we used to be Browns fans second, and now we're all Bengals fans second. Like nobody, like, maybe my brother, but like, both my parents and I were like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to go follow the Bengals now. Like, why would I stick around for a quarterback that I don't really care for all that much and, like, cheer for him, like over and over again, like, week in, week out, like, for someone that I don't really respect. In my opinion, it'd be like, okay, how would you feel if your favorite NBA team went and signed Miles Bridges?
What do you mean?
Like, your favorite NBA team goes out and signs Miles Bridges to, like, a big contract. I'd be kind of annoyed. I don't feel like I could, like, be able to root for my team.
That's a little bit different though. Domestic violence is different.
It's similar.
It's
similar
good
enough.
I'm not saying either is good. I'm saying we don't know the whole stories about this. I know it's terrible. The number of allegations there are with Deshaun Watson, yes, is terrible. But there's more evidence against Miles Bridges than there is Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Granted, yes, but
okay. All right, but just still, it's okay. So you're saying Miles Bridges is worse than Deshaun? It's the same. Back to his example, your favorite NBA team or a NBA team that you sort of like signs him to some big contract, guaranteed money. Like, you're like, what part about him as a person are you going to be like, yeah, I want to see him do well? And
but like, here's the thing:
like,
people still cheered for Ohio State, even though Urban Meyer was the coach.
Okay, but
after all that stuff with Zach Smith happened.
Okay,
that's fair.
That's fair, but I feel like
I'm saying people will, maybe at first it'll be a little bit different, but they're gonna forget about it if Deshaun Watson is a winning quarterback in Cleveland. Like, come on.
It's sad to say, but that is true. That is true, and it's a bummer that that's the way it's gonna be. But I do agree with that. Like, if he does win, they're gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
So speaking of NFL, we've talked a little bit about the Deshaun Watson stuff, but you know,
on a happier note,
training camps are starting. Getting ready for NFL season today. It's August 1st today. You're seeing this on August 2nd. But starting today, there is going to be football every single month until February. So something to be excited about.
Yeah. Best time of year. Love it.
So JJ brought this up when we were talking about what we were going to talk about today.
I thought it was Nico.
Or was it Nico?
What?
Some props, please.
Nico brought this up when we were talking about.
Mr. Genovese is saying
what are we talking about? Can you
accidentally kicked it?
Can you say the topic?
So our topic today, we're going to talk about
what's going on?
Winners of each division. I think you guys picked top 1 and top 2.
Yeah, like top 2 for each division.
For each division, just in case, you know, we got wild cards and stuff like that. So does anyone want to start?
Go ahead, Sweeger.
All right, I guess I'll start. So in the AFC North, I have the Bengals winning.
Let's just go division by division.
Division by division. I agree. So let's go AFC North. Let's start there.
That's fair.
I have the Bengals winning. And I have the Ravens finishing second.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, JJ?
Same?
I got Ravens first, Bengals second.
Bengals, Brownies.
Bengals and Browns. You think the Browns still get second after
They're 4-2. They're 4-2.
Their first 6 games are easy. I have 3-3 for 6 games, but it's still enough where Deshaun comes back, they'll make a push. But
okay. Yeah. Interesting. Let's go AFC East. I've got Bills, and then here's my problem.
Be careful.
I had Dolphins.
Have the guts.
Let them fly.
But the Patriots are going to look pretty like
the same team.
If they are the same team.
How do they get better?
If they are the same team, they're still like.
You're always saying this because of Sadia. Admit it.
I'm not. I mean, he weighs in a factor because he weighs in a factor because he tells me a lot of stuff that they do behind the scenes that I don't see because they're a quiet organization, right? Bill Belichick is a quiet coach. He's like Greg Popovich, right? We wouldn't know anything going on in the Spurs organization because Greg Popovich is the coach.
He's there to work.
They will be similar to what they did last year, but what they did last year was really good. I think Mac Jones is going to continue to improve. I don't think it's enough to dethrone the Bengals, but I do want to give a little shout that I wouldn't be surprised if they end up second. I think the Bengals are going to be second in that division.
Bengals?
Not Bengals.
Wait,
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Excuse me. Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to be second in that division.
Okay.
I do.
I got Bills first, Dolphins.
I'm just like, if the Patriots explode, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's going to be the same exact season.
Bills walk it. Same exact thing.
As last year? Patriots season?
Oh, I thought you meant
how many games they win?
The winners.
10.
10 games is good.
Yeah, but Dolphins are going to win more and Bills.
Okay, that's fair. But I'm saying if we're going to say, oh, it's going to be the same thing as last year, 10 wins is a good season.
Nico, how many wins are the Dolphins winning?
I have a realistic prediction. I have 10-7, 11-6.
Okay, that's right around.
Okay, but that's what the Patriots.
I think Patriots win 9 games.
Okay, that's fair. But you've got a game difference, and you're like surprised by me saying like.
Are you saying?
I understand a game difference is playoff. What I'm saying is that I was like, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots somehow sneak above them, and you're like, oh, and you have a 1-game difference from them.
1 game is playoffs.
Nico,
I understand that, but that's just 1 game. That could be a matter of like 4 points. You could win a game by 3 points.
2-0 against the Patriots or split?
2-0. 2 was undefeated against the Patriots. Come on now.
That's fair. Hey, listen, I'm excited for the Dolphins season. I'm excited to be your roommate this year because last year I felt so bad, like walking on eggshells every time they lost. What was the game we watched? We went with like a huge group of people. We were watching like 4 games at once, and we specifically turned on the Dolphins one because it was like tie game and they lost on a field goal at the end.
Falcons.
That was bad.
Shout out Young Hoku.
I got Bills Dolphins, but 2B is Jets.
You are as high as everyone else who thinks the Jets will compete in this division. The Jets are 0-12 in this division. Zach Wilson's a bum besides off the field. He's a GOAT. And then
he's a bum. Zach Wilson's a solid quarterback.
He will not lead the Jets to anywhere near second place.
In this division, he definitely can.
The Jets will not win a game in this division. They have it in like 2 years.
Let's make a wager. Let's make a wager, please.
How much you want to put on it?
All they have to win is 1 game in the division.
Yeah.
Well, no, let's make it fun bet.
What you want to do?
3 games.
What?
3 games.
What do you mean?
No, he said
1 game.
Yeah.
The Jets are not going to win a game.
So if they win 1 game, what are you doing?
What do you want to do?
Shave your head.
I was going to say that.
Dom, are you shaving your head?
I'm not shaving my head for that.
All right, so let's do something fun though. I think that'd be funny.
I had
one game.
I
shave your legs.
Too long. I'll shave my legs.
I'll shave my legs. Okay.
Shave legs. I like that.
All right.
Okay. We wax them or like shaving?
No, completely like bare. No,
like wax or like just razor.
We can do nair.
We're waxed.
Okay.
You want nairs?
No. This isn't gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun for you guys. It has to be waxed.
We're Italian men. We're not doing wax.
That's all right.
I'll shave my legs clean.
Yeah.
At the Jets.
Michael Phelps clean. Like
at the
I like that.
They're winning a game.
They just have to win, Nico. They have to win 1 game.
They haven't in 2 years
against the Patriots.
They haven't won against the Patriots. Even when Cam Newton was their quarterback, they didn't win.
Okay, but
Nico, you're dumb, man.
I wouldn't have made that bet.
Nico,
they've got what 6 chances to prove you wrong.
Yeah, and they had 12 over 2 years.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Anyways,
AFC South.
Jets are a poverty franchise. Dude.
Titans, Colts.
I got
Colts, Titans.
I've
got Colts, Titans. I think
Matt Ryan on that team is a good addition.
I also just think that the Titans lost too many weapons to be competitive again. All right, here's the most controversial one we've got: AFC West.
Chargers, Chiefs.
I don't want to get too in this because it's one of my hot takes, but I got Raiders, Chargers.
Broncos country, let's ride.
You got Raiders
Broncos
1.
Country, let's ride.
Raiders are like mixed. Like Chargers could be 1. Chargers 1, Raiders 2.
Broncos country, let's ride.
With the Raiders making the playoffs without Darren Waller, no star receiver, with Derek Carr leading them, they made the playoffs.
Oh right, I forgot they've got Hall of Fame quarterback Derek Carr on their team.
Derek Carr's a great quarterback. He's not great, but
he's a solid quarterback.
He's a solid.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Now with Darren Waller healthy, they have best wide receiver in the game with Devontae Adams, and then my boy Hunter Renfrow, bro. Yeah, Darren Waller's healthy.
Josh Jacobs.
I don't see him winning.
Kyle, Derek Carr was pretty impressive.
2. I'll take 2. I still think they're finishing 4th.
They've got Carl.
4th?
No.
No, absolutely not.
I'll get my hot take later.
I am not counting out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Kyle.
I am not counting out.
If I say my hot take,
I am not counting out Broncos. I'm not counting out Broncos with Russell Wilson, and I am not counting out the Chargers with Justin Herbert.
I think this division gets decided by injuries.
It's the weakest link, right? And it happens to be the Raiders.
I think
they're the weakest link.
Yes.
It's the Chiefs without their star receiver.
It's not the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm saying my hot take now because we're getting into this now.
My
hot take is...
No, just wait.
I have to wait. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, Chiefs are not going to be the same.
It's very similar to
I have them third or fourth.
Okay, my two for this division are Broncos, Chargers.
Say that into the microphone.
Broncos, Chargers are my two for this division.
Okay. Mine would be, I've got Chargers, Chiefs.
Thank you.
1 and 2.
Thank you.
Khalil Mack, adding him in the offseason. They're still going to have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They've got good receivers. They've got the running backs. Eckler's going to have a good year. And they've got a great quarterback, one of the best young quarterbacks in the game.
I do agree. Well, I would have agreed with you that the Chiefs wouldn't have made it if Patrick Mahomes went off last year. And I'm not saying he didn't go off last year, but he did struggle. And he had to adjust his game.
I wouldn't go as far as to say he struggled, but at the beginning of the season he played well. Middle of the season he sucked, and then he regrouped.
Do you think the Chiefs are going to be fourth in that division?
Yes.
The only way the Chiefs go fourth in that division is if Jackson Mahomes lines up under center. That's the only way they're fourth in the division. I'm telling you right now.
This division is very good.
It is very good, and the weakest link is the Raiders. It's the best division.
It's right now. I'm saying it will be the best division in NFL history.
Probably. I mean, you're gonna probably have at least all 4 teams winning 9 games.
Yeah.
The Broncos, Raiders, and Chargers are way more complete than the Chiefs. All the Chiefs have against them is a better quarterback.
I mean, did
we forget about Travis Kelce?
Now that the focus isn't on Tyreek Hill, Travis.
Okay, here's a hot take. Valdez-Scantling is going to have a good season. Like a very good season. Like they paid him $10 million a year. Slight overpay,
Juju?
but for a reason. And they do have Juju. I mean, we're gonna forget about that. I think
you,
Juju, MVS, and Travis Kelce is still a very solid wide receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to put my life savings on 3 of these teams in this division, I had to put my life savings on 3 of these teams for a Super Bowl, the Chiefs would be left out.
Okay,
that's fine. I mean, I don't think the Chiefs are winning. I mean,
I don't think they win
it's the
Super Bowl.
Chargers.
I'm not saying I was more confident in
Super Bowl?
the 3 other
Super
teams.
Bowl, no. I think it's the Chargers. All right, NFC North.
Packers, Vikings.
Packers, Vikings.
Bears, Vikings.
I mean, there's a chance that I would say Packers, Lions because the Lions are like they won 1 game last year, but they lost 16 by like a matter of 30 points.
Every game was
total.
fun with them. And DeAndre Swift is a dog.
I just feel like the Vikings with Kirk Cousins the quarterback, but with
the Vikings just
Jefferson as a wide receiver, Dalvin Cook back.
I mean, I'm like
Jefferson.
Huge Packers fan, but I'm gonna say like this is the Vikings' year to take it from the Packers.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the Vikings' year. I mean, they took the edge rusher from the Packers this year. I'm totally blanking on his name. He was Zadarius Smith. They took him in free agency. I mean, they've got Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins is such a solid quarterback, just peaking outside the top 10.
Aaron Rodgers is still that dude, Kyle.
But dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like we can talk about
what
how
are you about to say, JJ?
we can talk about how Kirk Cousins is that guy, Dalvin Cook's that guy, Justin Jefferson's that guy that got Zadarius Smith in the offseason. They're improving their team, but Aaron Rodgers will that team to at least 10 wins by himself.
And then choke in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, but
is Aaron Rodgers not that dude?
Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league.
Well, might be best quarterback ever.
You are using the exact same argument for Aaron Rodgers that you're using against Patrick Mahomes.
Not at all. Aaron Rodgers is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, but there's still both of them are still that guy.
No.
True.
Patrick Mahomes has not proved himself yet. What has he done? What has he done?
Won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl at what? 24 years old. He was 24 years old and he won a Super Bowl.
We're gonna have this conversation right now, okay? I was listening to a podcast earlier this week. If Patrick Mahomes retired tomorrow, would he be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Wait, no.
This is what, year 5?
Yes.
Wow. Like, think about what he's done in 5 years.
Okay, but dude, like, Patrick Mahomes, he's had Tyreek Hill this whole entire time.
Patrick Mahomes. I don't agree to that extent, but Patrick Mahomes has had so many bailout seasons because of Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes' game is bailing out on his first read.
Have they been in the league the exact same time? No. Tyreek Hill was in the league before Patrick Mahomes. Who was their quarterback? Alex Smith. When did we start hearing about Tyreek Hill? Oh, yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Because Tyreek Hill complements Patrick Mahomes' games because Patrick Mahomes gives up on his first read pretty much every time so he can just chuck it to Tyreek.
Well, if Tyreek's open, of course he's going to throw it to Tyreek.
Because he's scrambling and he breaks down the defense. The defense breaks down because Mahomes scrambles.
That's called being a good quarterback.
Yes.
Keeping the play alive.
Yes, it's a great quarterback. But I'm just saying he doesn't have that bailout receiver.
I could be a good quarterback.
Okay, that's fair. He doesn't have the.
He doesn't F it Tyreek down there somewhere.
Okay, but
I could be a good quarterback.
That's not every throw.
So many of.
Yeah, because that's the highlights. And also, it's Tyreek. It's Tyreek.
We'll see how Mahomes does without.
Yes, he's not gonna do as good as
locked.
He's not gonna do.
If Mahomes was a great quarterback, he doesn't lose.
Travis Kelce now takes the double teams because Tyreek's not there. So
yeah, but
he was getting double teamed.
He will manhandle a double team.
JJ, this is what I'm gonna say.
He won't have the same season he did.
If Patrick Mahomes is that good, he doesn't lose to the Bengals 2 times in a month.
Interesting.
I mean, also
the Bengals are also good though.
Are we?
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Are we gonna? Did he get blown out by the Bengals?
If we're putting them on the first time, yeah.
Okay, but did he get blown out by the Bengals when it mattered?
No, but
no, he didn't.
He had the ball in his hands. How
bad was his?
He had
defense?
The ball in his hands.
How bad was that defense last year? The Chiefs' defense.
How bad was the Bengals defense? The Bengals defense was he had Eli Apple.
Yeah.
Okay, they had Eli Apple, but the Bengals had a better defense than the Chiefs.
Not by much.
All right.
Okay, but
sorry to stray you away from that conversation.
I'm just saying, Patrick Mahomes, he's dying this year. Not dying. He's dying career-wise. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but like, it's like the same. It's going to be the exact same thing when we look back in like 5 years. This down year is going to be like what people have said for Aaron Rodgers. One of Aaron Rodgers' down years is just a regular year for some quarterbacks.
Yeah, and it is.
And it's going to be one of Patrick Mahomes' down years is just a regular year for another quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes started this trend last year.
What?
Last year was a bad year for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and it was still a great year.
Sorry to have to stray us away, but we have been talking about Patrick Mahomes' season next year for 10 minutes now. NFC East, yeah, let's go NFC East. Well, let's go East first. Okay. I'm going.
I got Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah, Cowboys, Eagles.
I got Eagles, Cowboys.
Giants, Eagles.
Giants winning it?
Yep.
Giants have no one.
They have Saquon Barkley. He
will sprain his ankle again in week 3 or 4.
I'm telling you, the Giants.
I do feel bad.
Fun this year.
I do feel bad for Saquon.
I feel awful for him.
He has the offensive line this year.
Injuries.
Kadarius Toney
cannot do. Will not lead a team to anywhere.
Kadarius Toney.
It is absolutely not going to be the Giants.
Daniel Jones cannot lead any
team
to 8 wins.
The Giants will not win 5 games this next year.
Really? I'll make a bet on that.
5?
Okay, fine.
I'd give him.
They'll be 5 in this division.
I give him 7 or 6.
I'll give him 7 or 6. I'll give him 7 or 6.
Maybe against Washington they'll win.
0-2 against the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback.
Danny Dimes, baby.
I've got Eagles and Cowboys. Yeah. I think Eagles win.
Eagles are there.
Eagles first, Cowboys second.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. The Eagles are going to be
I think Jalen Hurts will have a phenomenal season.
I think he's going to have a really good season. And then I also think that
the Cowboys will struggle without Amari Cooper at first. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but
they'll still be second in that
division. They'll still be good. I think
CD will make a good wide receiver.
I mean, when Amari was out, like I can't pull out whatever stats or whatever, but he struggled when he was wide receiver 1 when Amari was out.
That is true. I mean, look, I think that the Eagles got a lot better this offseason.
They did.
Their wide receiver core got really good.
That's why I said Giants, Eagles. Maybe Eagles, Giants.
I have Giants first, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No.
They're going to shock a lot of people this year. I'm just saying. They're my sleeper team.
Winning
6 games?
Yeah.
They're my sleeper team. The Giants, baby.
Okay, NFC South. I got Bucks first.
Is LT coming back from the grave to play for him? I know he's not dead, but like his career grave. Anyways, never mind. That was
baby.
dumb.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
All right.
That was so dumb. That was so dumb.
NFC South.
Sounded way
Bucks
better
and
in
then
my
I got Saints
head.
second.
Bucks, Panthers.
Bucks Panthers. That's what I
I
got.
got Bucks Saints.
I got Bucks Panthers. Baker bounce back year.
Alvin Kamara's not playing for the first 6 games, so.
Michael Thomas is back, and they have
Jabu.
Olave.
yeah.
Jabu.
Oh, Alaba is gonna be good.
Jabu.
I'm telling you.
I'm still
they're
taking
not-
Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm still taking
Jabu.
Panthers.
They don't have Kamara.
I'm taking Panthers.
They don't have Kamara.
They got Michael Thomas back, so they can throw more checkdowns.
Slant man, baby.
Slant boy Thomas, baby.
Slants get you yards, get you touchdowns.
I love Michael Thomas. I'll give you that.
Jameis Winston is that guy.
He's
'Kay.
gonna eat some W's this year.
Jameis Winston is that guy.
NFC
Jameis Winston's that guy.
NFC West.
I got Rams Cardinals.
I got Cardinals Rams.
Rams, Niners, baby.
Rams,
Not
Niners.
again. Not again.
Niners?
Yes.
In what world are the Niners not second? In what world?
Because Trey Lance is their quarterback.
The real life world.
Kyle, tell me.
Where Trey Lance is their quarterback.
Why do you not trust Trey Lance, please?
Because they didn't trust him last year.
Okay, they had Jimmy G, and it was rookie year, and he won a year right behind Jimmy G.
A veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
Trey Lance isn't going to do that much.
Aaron Rodgers
You
sat
agreed
behind.
with me before the podcast.
Okay, Aaron
what,
Rodgers.
Niners?
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Sat
About
behind
Trey
Brett Favre.
Lance.
Okay, that's fair.
He's a
Aaron
solid
Rodgers
quarterback,
was
he's
picked.
not gonna-
Aaron Rodgers was picked 20 something. This was pick number 3.
Okay.
In a
I mean,
down year
look.
draft.
I'm all for. Listen, I am all for giving
It's not that great.
giving your rookie quarterback time to
They need a
develop behind
quarterback.
it. I'm all for giving your rookie quarterback time to develop. I think it's the right move. However, I still think that given some opportunities where they got to implement them into the offense, they chose to do it only strictly for when he could run the ball.
Okay. Like, they went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. I don't think Jimmy
Kyle-
G is that good of a quarterback. I think he fit well in the Niners
They have
system.
Kyle Shanahan.
And
That is true.
and he was and they went back to the
NFC Championship.
they went back to the NFC semifinal. Or
It was championship.
It was Rams Niners.
that's right.
Yeah.
My
They
bad.
were a dropped interception away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That Niners season was a fluke, though, I think.
No, it was
I'm
not.
going.
They have one of the best defenses in the league.
How many games did they win in the regular season?
They won
They
the. They,
were-
almost. They won the division. I thought. No, they were
No,
second.
No,
They
they
were
were second.
Yeah, they were second.
I'm not.
The
behind-
Cardinals were not third in that division. The Niners were third in that division.
Wait,
It was Rams, Cardinals, Niners. Niners won 9
Kyle,
games. They
look it
went.
up.
They went.
I'm
they
looking
didn't
at
win. I thought they won like 10 or 11.
They won 9 games.
it. Okay.
Trey.
The
That playoff was a fluke.
NFC South
They went to the Super
or
Bowl the year
NFC
before.
West. Nico's right. 49ers were third, 10-7. Cardinals were second, 11-6. Rams were first, 12-5.
Okay, Cardinals won one more game.
I'm taking Cardinals as winners next year. I think.
Cardinals started 7-0 last year.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, they were good
The
last
Cardinals
year.
got worse
they
in
got
the
hurt.
offseason.
They don't have Hop. They don't have D Hop.
For the whole-
for a good
games.
for a good majority of the season.
Well, they didn't have him for a good majority of last season.
Yeah, and that was when they started losing.
Yeah.
Okay, and they still ended up with only 6 losses.
Okay.
So let me count.
The Niners.
Couple losses without
Okay, but they also
D-Hop.
lost they
then
lost Chandler Jones.
Kyler Murray is going off next year. He's going off. I'm
Yep.
sorry to say. I'm
Yep.
sorry to burst your bubble here.
Okay.
Kyler Murray's going off next
All right.
season.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
He is. He is.
Tyler's
He's
a dog, bro.
He would have gone off if he
Did he get hurt?
kept doing his homework, but
That's so messed up.
the fact they had
Actually-
to take that out is so dumb to me.
Sleeper pick: Seahawks.
Drew Lock is a dog.
Drew Lock
bro.
is going to win them 11 games by
Dude,
himself.
the fact
MVP season. Drew Lock.
the fact they had to take the claws out
But
because
Jimmy
he was
Garoppolo
getting,
might be getting traded to Seattle.
If he does, they will still not even go 500.
no, because he'll finally be in a bad system.
Pete
And
Carroll's
won't
not
be
bad.
able-
So.
Well,
The team around him is
the
going
team
to be
around
bad.
him.
Okay.
I mean,
The
you'll
team
have
around
DK Metcalf, but how often?
Tyler
have we-
Lockett.
No, they got a decent wide receiver core out there. I think they just need a
They
good
got a
quarterback.
bad O-line.
They need a better quarterback, more
You know-
mobile
Yeah.
one.
Anyways,
Well, that was fun.
All right. So those are our hot takes. Our little picks. Let's do hot takes, dude. Let's do hot takes before we leave.
Can I do my first?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do Nico
do
first,
All right,
please.
my hot take: Chiefs are last in division. With the loss of Tyreek Hill, teams can now focus on Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, yes, will still do good, but he's
But
he's
where are your
not,
where are the Raiders? Third?
I have Raiders Second. I have Chargers first.
Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, we get it, okay?
With Patrick Mahomes goes on lots of cold streaks. He lost 5 games in a row, and I feel like if he loses 4 or 5 games in a row this year, he cannot recover in how good this division is.
Bingo!
Like, this division is insane, and Patrick Mahomes, yes, he's a great quarterback, but if he goes on a 5-game losing streak, he is not coming back to be the top of this division with how good these teams are. So I have them last in the division, especially with the loss of Tyreek Hill.
Okay, that's fair. I do think that if they are last, and whoever is last, they're still winning more games than half the league. Whoever's last in the division.
They're still going to be last in the division.
No, I know. I just the thing that is going to be crazy to see, or at least what I think we're going to see, is whoever comes in last, especially if it's the Chiefs, it's going to be like, oh, Patrick can't do anything without Tyreek, but he'll still win 11, 12 games or something. You know what I mean? Like, still have a really good season.
I think Chiefs win.
But I do think
I agree with you. With how good this division is, I think Dom said it earlier. Each team will win. Top 3 teams will maybe win like 11, 12 games. Top 3 teams, and then the Chiefs, they're still going to win 9 or 10 games, which is a good season. Like, so I'm agreeing with you there.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, Chiefs last in division is still better than the second team in another division.
Right.
But only 3 teams from a division can make it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I'm not saying Chiefs only win 8 games, or Chiefs only, like, I'm just gonna say Chiefs don't make the playoffs because they'll be last in the division. With how good this division is.
That's crazy.
Hot take.
Stupid hot take.
Anyone else?
It's a dumb hot take.
No making fun of hot takes.
Yeah, when you say the Chiefs are going to be last, that's a dumb hot take.
Not dumb at all, actually.
Watch it happen. What's your hot take?
Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. I don't think Chiefs win it. I think.
I have Bills winning it if we're going on that topic.
Yeah, hot take though.
What's your hot take? We'll get into that some other day.
I was going to say Bills.
What's your hot take?
What's my hot take?
What is
supposed to
your
have
hot
one
take?
prepared.
I thought we were preparing hot takes.
All right, someone else had theirs prepared.
All
so I
right,
thought
mine
they'd
is
have it.
soda's overrated. Soda sucks.
I think we got into that a little bit last
Yeah.
week. JJ talked about that a little bit. He's like, soda sucks.
I
Soda's
completely
so
agree,
bad.
JJ.
Soda's mid.
Soda's mid.
I
when
never
you
drank soda growing up.
Yeah, when you don't drink soda, and the same things with fast food, because you build like, it's crazy to see, like, you build up a tolerance to it.
Yeah.
Because when you don't eat fast food or drink soda for like a long period of time, then you go back to like try it, and you just want to like throw up.
Yeah. I mean, I just never drank soda growing up. I just drank milk or water every meal.
Yeah. Milk. What's the best milk?
White, 1%.
Chocolate.
It's 1%.
1%.
I got 2%.
That's water.
No, it's not.
What you got? What you
1% is
What you
water.
got? What you got?
1% of whole.
Whole milk.
Yeah, whole milk is valid.
I drink 2% of whole milk. I've never drank 1%.
1% is literally water.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
1% is water.
I have 2% of whole milk.
I like all milk. I don't discriminate over here. So.
All milk?
What?
All milk?
Do you drink almond milk or like oat milk?
I mean, I've drank it.
Sorry to my girlfriend who drinks, because, well, she's lactose, so she has to, like, but, like, who drinks almond milk or oat milk. It's disgusting. I don't get how you can just drink that.
That stuff is gross.
It is nasty.
Like, if you have to, you have to, but that stuff is so
nasty.
gross.
What's your hot take?
I'm thinking.
You didn't have that prepared?
Oh my god.
Well, because I said mine during the NFL one. I know, but I accidentally slipped it in there.
What was your hot take?
Because I said that I think the Panthers will finish 2, because I think Baker has a bounce back here.
That's not
That's
a hot
false.
take. That's
How is that not a hot take?
I mean,
I feel like
that's
that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
Finish 2?
In the division?
Yeah.
Well, you and I agree with it. I still think it's a hot
with
take.
Saints and the Bucks?
Bucks are 1.
Obviously.
And Saints?
Okay, here's a hot take. Let me do a hot take. Okay. We talked about this. We did this in a podcast. We talked about the hardest sports, and I've got one that I need to throw in there. Tennis is so difficult. That is a hard sport.
Tennis is just full court ping pong, bro. I'm like god at tennis.
Dude, that is a tough
tennis
sport
is
to be good at
tennis
too.
Is extremely difficult.
Like, I mean, like, first of all, like, getting it over the net, like, yeah, it's kind of easy, but to, like, get good hits on is hard.
How they can place that ball.
How they place, and the fact that they're doing serves at like 80, 90 miles an hour.
Long games,
crazy.
Long games.
Crazy.
You need so much stamina. Yeah,
so that's my underrated for really.
That's why they're grunting
sport.
all the time because like how much like power.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tennis is tough.
But yeah, that's my hot take. But that's what I believe.
You think
Kyle agrees with me. Why are you looking at me?
You think Carolina will have a better season?
Christian
than the
McCaffrey's
Saints?
back, baby.
He will get hurt again week 4.
Here's the thing.
Everyone's been saying it.
The way I believe it is I believe we're going to be splitting hairs and it's going to be like a 1-game difference, okay? But apparently 1-game difference is good enough for Nico and his Patriots. So
one game difference
one
between
the playoffs. No, what I'm saying is it's going to be like, oh, they both go like one goes 10-7, the other one goes 9-8.
No. The Cardinals or the Panthers do not go 9-7.
They might.
There's going to be more than
9-8.
Hey,
okay, 9-8.
My bad.
JJ, let me remind you, Baker woke up feeling dangerous.
I don't care.
So
Baker Mayfield. It's the Bake Show and Robbie Anderson and
Robbie Anderson doesn't even want Baker as his quarterback.
There is not going to be a
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, yes.
There's not going to be a 1-game difference between the Saints and
Okay,
the Panthers.
hot takes. Dom, you got one? Or JJ, you got one? What was yours?
He said soda's.
Oh, sorry. Did you say one?
Why is it echoing?
I did that by accident.
That was kind of cool.
All right, JJ, say it.
Hot take.
No. Oh, you haven't gone yet. I thought we were done.
Stupid.
Hot take.
You better say something so stupid.
This is my last episode, guys.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is JJ's last episode for a little bit
For a long time.
because we don't know when we'll get him back in the studio.
Probably gonna be Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Could be.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna miss you, buddy.
I'm not driving 5 hours.
I thought you were going to.
I think it's.
Congrats
yeah.
to JJ on
Oh, thank
he's gonna be kicking at Tiffin University.
Tiffin.
Go
Thank you.
Dragons!
Go Dragons, baby! Let's go.
Roll Dragons.
Proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Jay, you got a final hot take before we head off. If not, then it's fine. We can just save it for a later date.
Final hot take.
It's gotta be good.
This better be a good ass hot take. Good hot take.
Yeah, Kyle.
So, okay.
You just
Okay.
Kyle's annoying. JJ, hurry up.
I just wanted to drag that out. I don't have one.
Okay. Well, then that's getting cut.
I should say buckets. Freaking.
JJ, say bucket. Wait, JJ, take a moment. Take it in. Your last bucket for a while.
Well, we gotta like close it out.
Oh, okay, right. Close it out. Right. I'm an ant.
Wait, aren't we doing the other thing?
Dude, it's
We don't have time for
way
that.
too,
Thanks for
way
listening
too
to another
late,
great
bro.
episode of Cork It. Make sure you
Awesome
like
episode.
and subscribe on YouTube.
Follow us on social media.
Spotify, all
Also,
social
I
medias.
still would love to have people send in hot takes for us to react to. We're going to get that started, I think, as soon as we get down to Athens, because we'll have the studio. There'll be less, things to worry about. And so if you've got a hot take that you want, send it to us on Instagram. DM it to us. Just film yourself however you want to. Film it, send it to us, and we will react to it live on the podcast. All right. Thank you guys for watching.